So we're live. Welcome to the reading room, everyone. I'm so happy to see you. My name is Meagan Dawnavette. I'm so excited to be here with my fabulous favorite ladies of the reading room. I'm going to go around and make sure everyone introduces themselves in the round table. But again, it's a pleasure to be here. We're going to talk all things reality television, pop culture, but tonight in particular, it is a 911 roundtable conversation around specifically the happenings on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm going to label this one Porsha versus Shamea. You can label it however you'd like. Let's go around in the town and see who's here. Check in with our hosts. You want to go to the left or the bottom? Okay, nobody has a preference. We'll go to the left. I'm tossing it to Elle, my co-host Elle. Hey, sweet love, how are you?
Hello, everyone. It's Elle. Great to be here today to talk about Porsha and Shamea. I'm just letting y'all know right now I'm Team Shamea on this one.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's toss it down to the left. Let's toss it down to Candeecane. How are you?
Hey,
Welcome.
hey, what's going on? It's Candeecane or Candace, a true South Georgia peach. And I am Team Portia. I'm Team Portia. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's go, Georgia me. Where you at? Where you at?
I'm your girl, Georgia Me, Tamika Harper, also known as Georgia Me, international poet and ATL born and bred. And I'm team grown women. I'm sick of these hoes, okay? I'm sick of these hoes.
I might be on Team Georgia after tonight.
Yeah,
Touche.
yeah, yeah. Both of
Uh,
them. Both of them.
I'm so
uh,
happy to have us all together. I'm prayerful that this is recording, that we can all hear one another. Our audio is clear and crisp. Our ideas and our opinions are going to be heard, and you can see our beautiful faces. You all look lovely. I'm so happy and thankful that you all can join us. With respect to the time, we're going to try to keep it under an hour if we can. I know we have a lot to talk about, and we had a limited technical start. I'll do my best to edit this part out, but ladies, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If we can just start in and dive in, we'll do a light. I know we all have a lot to say, but this is not that reading room. We're going to start off with our light opinion about how we feel about the season so far, the new cast, before we dive into the thick of it, which is going to be the Shamea and the Porsha of it all. So I'd love to hear from each of you. Let's go around in the backward circle. Georgia, me, how are you thinking about this current season? We are on season 17, I think, of Real Housewives
I,
of Atlanta. Let's get into it. What are your thoughts? High level.
I,
This is not the
I've
time to go deep.
no. I've enjoyed it, been annoyed by it. I have ended up loving the addition of Pinky. I don't care what nobody say. And I, I I lived in Edinburgh, so I'm really enjoying them being in Scotland. So I mean, I, I can't stand Angela. It's just a lot of things. But we're gonna get into the Portia and Shamir of it all. But it's been Phage, you need to do more. Cynthia been holding it down. That's my quick assessment of so far season 17.
I love it. I love that
I
you're loving it. Who's next, ladies?
I'll go. I'm loving it as well. I think it's a great season. I like the cast additions for the most part. I'm loving um Pinky, my CAU sister. Go, 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 go. Speaking of cast, just high level, I had very high hopes this season of K Michelle. And I do believe episode by episode, she is falling down the ladder when it comes to my high hopes. So that's my only like disappointment because I was so ready for K Michelle to bring it and that she is not. So otherwise, it's Real Housewives of Atlanta. I love it. ATL stand up, one of the best, if not the best franchise. They still doing it at the top for me.
Yeah, I'm loving this cast.
Come on, Elle.
I'm elated because y'all know that I've been like, oh, I'll get rid of them all. So so I like the cast. I hope these all these ladies stay next season because I just want to see where it progresses to. loving Pinky, love my soror and my CAU sister. I'm with Candace, because I'm a big K fan. However, yeah, I'm hoping Kay can come bring it back, right? I'm hoping Kay can bring it back. I think she's just got to get used to this. This is a whole new ball game for Kay. Um, I'm loving like the mix that's going on right now. I have somebody to talk about every week that I'm like, oh, you're getting on my nerves. Versus like I really liked them before, so I'm loving that. Like I'm not really team. Even though I said I was team Shamea, I'm not really team anybody, and I like that. I like that. Like I like that I'm not team anyone, and I'm seeing what all of these ladies are bringing to the table, and I'm excited to continue to see them progress because it got real stale, right? We were so used to certain people. So I'm really excited to see like their kids grow and their storylines continue, and I'm hoping that this cast continues to bring authentic stories to us, because what we're seeing now is like real dynamics with girl groups and women. And I like that we're seeing, those things that occur in real life, oftentimes with our girl groups. So, yeah.
And Meagan.
I'll round us out by saying I'm actually really enjoying this season. I have gone on a roller coaster of this season because, I do anything Bravo. And it started off with its highs and its lows. I would agree with the majority of the ladies. Pinky is my standout favorite by far. I loved it. When she hit us with this week, you must be delusional. I lived. I just feel like if she's not a forever housewife, I don't know what I'm gonna do because
Oh.
I love her so much. She takes nothing seriously, but everything seriously. And then when I look back over it in preparation for this episode, I realized when we think about, often we talked about in side conversations, like we don't have an anchor for this season. We don't have an anchor for this cast. It's Pinky.
Yeah.
It's Pinky. But we're not going to give Pinky that credit because she's new. So it feels weird to give someone that great of a weight, like that boulder. But respectfully, if it wasn't going to be Cynthia, and we're going to get to it, and I feel like Cynthia completely dropped the ball this episode. It's
Yeah.
Pinky. I feel like everybody dropped the ball this episode, but prior to, Pinky could have gone neck and neck with Shamea. And I had to do my own car. I asked you ladies, we're gonna get our car facts together. Don't come with your just lofty opinions. Give me the facts. Pinky has showed up every episode, coming to work, bringing the ladies together. Yes, she's beating the a brow about her business and her financial woes, but respectfully, and this is me going into, you gave me the floor and I shouldn't go this far. Porsha has been talking to us about her punani for over 12 years almost.
Come on.
I welcome the breath of fresh air of someone talking about something different, albeit it is finances. Anything different than a paramour, a lover, or what's going on between your legs. Girl. So I love a Pinky. I think she's amazing. And I think that this last episode, which is what we're going to lead into for our tonight's conversation around the coup de grace, which is Porsha versus Shamea on this season. Pinky was right there giving the comedic relief. She gave us facial expressions. She helped egg on the conversation. She's our girl. I feel
What I
like
love most,
I love
I
her.
love I love so much about Pinky. She's the moral um um fiber of the whole group. Like
Yes.
she's decent. Like she's not trying to stir up mess. She's trying to help with resolution, holding everyone accountable, not afraid to fall on her face. She just is she's the only grown woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part. So I agree with you. Like, I mean, but like when she said the little ad libs, like, what, we in Utah? I died.
Oh, like Georgia, you and me. Girl, I hollered. I was like, if it wasn't for she and Drew's facials, that would have been way too dark. You know what I'm saying? It could have been
Yes.
they helped to make it not as dark as it could have gone. When Pinky, that mic was on, she said, what are we in Utah?
It was excellent. It was excellent.
Yes.
He picked me
Excellent.
on for all the seasons. I was like, yo, Andy, if you don't see a gem that we see, and you know, my ultimate closeted theory is that marriage ain't gonna marriage. So she's a star in the rise. I feel like she's our closeted.
Boo, Megan, boo. Yay. Come on, Pinky and Dave, please.
Yeah.
Yay,
I'm in the
Pinky and
It
Dave.
works out.
minority. I'm in the minority.
I hope
I'm
it
Team
works out.
Pinky. I'm Team Pinky. But
I
peace
hope it
pipe,
works.
crack pipe, you're gonna be good either way. I could be wrong. I just maintain that we have a storyline here. I would hate for them to abort the mission before the mission got even more amazing. And if the production can't see how amazing this production, how amazing she is right now, shame on them. Poo poo on them. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying.
you know what I love about Pinky too, honestly, because we found out that she has a producer background, and what I love about her is that she's bringing her authentic self right to this show. So a lot of people have been complaining about, oh, I'm tired of hearing Pinky whining about her financial stuff, but I mean, like that is the road of a business owner. Like we're finding out with Fawn, right? Yeah, Fawn
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
from
Another reading room
Ramirez.
conversation to come, ladies and gentlemen, for more
Yeah,
in depth.
exactly. It's difficult being a business owner, right? So I really appreciate that she's showing us that. I really appreciate that she's being very authentic about her marriage and just like the issues that arise in like being, a lot of us are strong women and, you know, figuring out how to dial that down to work with your partner. I think I'm loving seeing that. They have a beautiful family, all those kids, and I wish them the best. I don't want to see anything bad happen. I really want them to work on, even if they have to go to couples therapy. And I love that they're even showing us this, right? They're showing us working with another couple and already making those moves towards couples therapy. So I wish them the best. I love Pinky. I love what she's bringing. I look forward to seeing what she does in her story progress, over the next few years on the show.
Yeah. And I think her life is so big, has been so big, and she's bringing it all this season. It's going to be nice to see a journey of her life, right? We're getting all of the finances now because that's what was going on. Even before the show started, we heard about the bankruptcies and all of this. This was real life. She's been open about the marriage,
Mhm.
what maybe has happened. We may
Paying
not
her
get that
employees. That we
we
cannot
may not
forget
get
that. That's
that
huge.
this season, but we
Mhm.
may get it next season or 2 seasons from now. She's got a range because we are getting her true authentic self. I
Mhm.
think people saw, or the producer saw her personality. That's why she's there. She
Yeah.
is a dynamic woman. She has been, and that's why she's on the show. They saw it. So
Mhm.
she should be there a couple of seasons, hopefully, if she chooses to.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad for that addition. I mean, I don't like a lot of the new birds. Like Britt was a waste of casting. Kelly, I know I like Kelly, but I really don't care. There's not enough pop for me. Sometimes though, like sometimes in her confessionals, Kelly is funny, but I don't
I'm
care.
Team Kelly.
That's cool. You and your 70,000 teeth. I'm with $70,000 teeth. I'm with Phaedra. You could have gave me $69,972, and I would have got some Chris White strips that she did. Come on now. Don't be sitting up here talking about you got financial woes and a nigga buying you $70,000 teeth. I'm sorry. It don't make sense. That
No
don't make sense,
sense.
sis. Come
And
on.
she's
Like
getting her
so.
wages garnished right now. She has a
Who?
$200,000 settlement.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we've
Okay,
also
wow.
seen
Sorry,
her.
Breaking
two hundred
news for
thousand
all
dollar
of the ladies
judgment.
on the
I said
reading room. I
settlement,
don't know that we all knew
$200,000
that.
judgment.
So
Wow,
this is
she has to pay.
official. It's coming out of the check. Yikes. On a bike. It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Well, she spends a lot of money. Like to have a $5,000 a month budget for your puppy is ridiculous.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
If you got it though. I'm
And
I
team
don't care
if
if
you
you got
got
it.
it. If
I
you
don't
got
care if you got
it.
it. Hell
but you
no.
know what?
She
I
ain't
was
got
side
it if she complaining about money, Megan. How she got it? People who got it ain't complaining about
exactly,
money.
exactly. And here's my thing too. I was side eyeing her last season when she had all them loose bags going, right? Because I'm like, why didn't that child have like the whole point of like buying designer bags, right, is the presentation, having the boxes and all of the accoutrements that go with your designer bag, and they just got loose bags everywhere. I'm like, wait a minute, are these fake bags? What's going
Maybe,
on?
maybe. Because I mean, how many bags of designer can anyone get at 1920? I
Yeah,
mean, are you really getting 20 designer bags?
yeah.
I genuinely thought that was some BS for production because I couldn't take none of that seriously.
I think that was too much.
And you're headed to Spelman, which is not $20. Like, girl, please,
Exactly. Very expensive school.
Exactly.
please.
Exactly.
And I'm not counting anyone's pockets. I'm just suggesting that maybe your finances may have been better
Utilize.
positioned, yes, in
Mhm.
other places than a performative entry scene on Housewives with, to Pat's point, I mean, Elle's point, loose bags. Like, sister. All right. Mm. Well, let's get into the business. We can skip the mess and the muck because you ladies have been watching. Anyone's going to watch this video, just know that we're not doing a recap of the entire season, not in this video. We're going to jump right into the muck and the mire that is the headline confrontation, and then we're going to work ourselves backwards between the of the confrontation essentially centered around Porsha Williams and Shamea. What's Shamea's last name, y'all? McGowan?
Gabadier. No, that's not
Gabadia?
Gabadier. Mwage. Mwage.
Mwage. Yeah, Mwage.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mwage. Come on,
Mwage.
ladies.
Mwage. Mhm.
Shamea Mwage. Okay?
We ain't saying that right, y'all. I know. I
We're
just want
not.
to
We're
get y'all.
probably butchering it.
So,
We're
so
going to
her
put an asterisk
prior,
down at the
her
bottom.
maiden name
It's
is Morton.
Morton.
No,
Morton.
it's
Morton,
not
yes.
Morton. Her
Okay,
maiden name
Morton.
is
Just say
Morton.
Morton.
Shamea Morton for the cheap seats in the back. And that's all of
Yeah.
us.
Mhm.
We don't, our arms are too short. We don't know what her legalized African last name is. But that should actually level the playing field for the conversation of which we're about to have. Shamea is on a new level with her marital status, tax bracket even. And Shamea has gotten her peach on the Housewives of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is giving a context for if you're tuning in, you know what the hell we're talking about. Shame on you. This is the high level context. Shamea is new on the show. This is her second season. As a full-time housewife, she has previously been showcased as a friend of the show. She's familiar with all the ladies that are on the show of the Atlanta franchise. And ironically enough, or not ironically enough, one of her best friends previously until this episode was Porsha Williams. Porsha Williams was one of the friends who ushered Shamea into the Atlanta franchise almost 10 years ago. Shamea's been around for a very long time. She's not even a new friend. She's an old friend, dusty, frusty friend. We knew Shamea when she was still engaged to her African husband. That's how we knew Shamea. And what's happened in this latest season, after Shamea is now evolved, come into her matriarchal place as a wife, a mother, a talented singer, dancer, actor. What is she doing? An influencer,
Host.
host.
Mhm.
She's got several slashes underneath her name. The most primary now is Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's a full-time peach holder. That's not sitting well with her BFF of old days, Porsha Williams, who we all know conflated the Underground Railroad with that of the MARTA line. And we are
Wait, the
still,
Marta? She didn't say the Marta line.
she did. And that's where we're going to keep her. And we're going to start right there because Porsha has still not really, in my opinion, never evolved from that. Porsha Williams is the granddaughter of civil rights activist Hosea Williams.
My idol.
Never seen Porsha do much of anything with that on her Bravo franchise. I think Porsha's been a franchised peach holder for well over 10 years at this point.
And we have seen her
Excuse
at
me. Hold on.
several
Hold on.
Zaya
Because I have
Williams
to get
events.
this out, Candace. I love you to pieces and the moon and back and beyond. Twice and forwards and 15 times. Porsha has never had anything even replicable like the Cynthia Bailey Bowl that we are forced to sit through year after year. Several franchises, several different cities. When has Porsha ever had a substantial Hosea Williams,
No,
Atlanta
she
Gives
did.
Back?
She did. Remember,
Atlanta gives back
no, she did. She did.
anything of substance that is
She
on
did.
record
Hold
annually
on.
every year. And that's all I have to say about that. And you ladies can argue about that because you love Porsha. So you go off.
Before. And then she also, during Black Lives Matter, remember with her and Yandy, they had their whole thing too. I'm just saying.
Y'all not serious. You're not serious. You don't get to be a mini activist. I'm gonna be here sometime. That's not what the game go. On God,
I had to mute myself.
y'all my girls.
I'm muting myself because
Y'all
I
my
was
girls.
rude
Y'all
earlier.
not gonna give her that. Because
I'm
as soon
not.
as she got with that African dude, as soon as she got with the African dude, there was no more talk of Black Lives Matter or any activism on a consistent basis. She was outside because it was a pandemic and she wanted to get out the house.
Come through. And she just had a recent BBL by Dr.
Okay.
Curves. You have
So
to
on
show
a
that off.
consistent basis, I agree. But I do think the family probably told her after she cut up with the family thing, that they didn't want her to showcase,
I agree.
She's an embarrassment. I believe
know.
that because Olafemi does the work. Does the work on a consistent basis. When they did show it, which I was appreciative that they did show a Jose Feed the Hungry event. It would be dope because this is the 40th anniversary of when they marched in Forsyth. It'll be dope to hear about Porsha. I'm at that. That hoe ain't gonna be nowhere but with swaying somewhere. She's so performative. She is performative. It is not real. I mean, beautiful. What we say?
Beautiful
Plastic
gown.
surgery.
Beautiful gown. She's got a gorgeous set of veneers,
Shut your ass
a
up,
gorgeous
Marika.
set of boobs, a gorgeous waistline that she paid for, and a beautiful boob, a beautiful bottom.
She's a pretty girl. She's always been a pretty
But there is no substance, sisters. And that's where I think George and I are going to separate from the two of you in potentially tonight's conversation. Your girl has never.
Okay.
I'm going to just say, because I don't mean to. I'm so loud. I apologize, ladies. I'm so rude. I call her a beautiful bird. She's a beautiful bird. A beautiful bird.
Okay, and she's an excellent reality TV star. That is her lane. She has thrived in it on Housewives, on the Ultimate Trips. She is a she's a reality TV star. She had her whole family spinoff. Porsha does reality TV. Now, maybe we would have wished she could follow in the footsteps of Hosea. That's not her lane. It is not. But this one that we're talking about, she is at the top when it comes to reality TV, especially the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha is that girl now.
Respectfully, I want you all to pull the receipts and pull. And that's what I asked about this episode. Don't come to this episode with your delusions. And I love you.
Bring it. Let's talk about it.
I love you, Candace. Respectfully, on the spinoff, we learned who Porsha really was because she broke the fourth wall at every opportunity. We saw that Porsha has limited control of her emotions, is easily triggered by Dennis, has very easily triggered trigger is not the wrong word. I'm using the wrong word because I'm not a
use trigger. She used triggered on this episode that we're talking about. So use the term trigger. Use it.
Thank you, friend.
Because we're going to see the arc. We're going to see the arc because she was so poised this week. But you go ahead, run her old receipts. Go ahead.
Rehearsed, poised.
Go ahead.
Poised, rehearsed. She was triggered.
It's growth, baby. It's growth, baby.
It's not. I think it's production. And I want to go back to the fact when she had her spinoff episode with Dennis, his family, his elderly grandparents, her family, some of her elderly grandparents, Porsha lost control of her emotions and threw literal plates, chairs, and knives across the atmosphere.
Boom, Mike.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Veronica. Excuse me. Thank you, Elle. Thank you. And a boom mic in front of the elderly. And that let me further know she is not anyone that can be trusted ever. That was after she dragged my girl Kenya Moore by her weave extensions.
On the boat, yeah.
While they were both in ball gowns in the middle of
10 years ago.
It doesn't matter. These are indicative of your character.
Now that was provoked.
I agree with Porsha on that one. That was great.
Indicative of character.
That was indicative though. That was provoked. Now
I disagree with all three of you ladies on that one. All three of you.
And let me say this. She did all of that, May. She did all of that. You can hate her for that. Also, remember, Portia stepped away. She was not on the show. Y'all wanted her
No,
off.
Andy kicked her
Andy,
off.
Andy, Andy kicked. So
So she
again,
was a friend of, I
she
thought.
did those
Y'all,
crimes.
she
She
stepped
did those
away
crimes,
because
and she
no,
paid the time.
no, she stepped away because it was right after she got with Phelan's husband, and she didn't want to
Oh,
endure that
that's right. Yeah,
scrutiny
yeah,
the next season. So
No,
she took a
yeah.
no, no, no,
break.
no.
That's
That's
right.
exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. It wasn't no taking a break. That's what she did. She
Yeah,
fled.
that's right.
That's
She's
what
a
I'm
Right.
talking
runner. She's
about.
a track
Because she didn't want to
star.
face the
She's a
music.
runner.
You're
She's
right.
a track star.
She
That's
didn't
what
want to
happened.
face the
Portia was
music.
Hey,
gone longer than
Yeah.
that. She was gone longer than that. She was.
no, she was.
Before that.
She was. No,
Before that.
no.
Well,
What
no,
ended
no.
up
Before
before that?
that, they demoted her, Candace. Remember, like when
Okay,
she got in
so friend
trouble.
of
Yeah.
with the whole with
She
Phaedra and all of that. Yeah.
right. She got
But
in
she was
trouble
still
and they
there.
demoted her. And remember, and this is one thing I will say about Porsha that I was disappointed with. The initial disappointment with Porsha, because I was a Porsha fan. Okay. I like Porsha. Even though she's a bird, I like Porsha. I don't know if y'all remember when she got into it with Kenya, right? The whole cast, because she was provoked, the whole cast went up for Porsha. And so they brought her back on as a friend of, and that was when she was going through all the drama, remember, with her first husband, with Cordell, right?
Cordell.
Yep. Now, Porsha had an amazing comeback, remember? And that was when Shamea got on the show too, remember? Because that's when they started hanging out and Shamea got on the show. All right.
Can we pause right there? Because as we're going to walk through the history, I think we should all contribute to our receipts there. To Elle's point, that absolutely happened. I just want to consider the fact that Porsha and Shamea were not close from my limited research until that moment. They might have been, you know how every girlfriend has like the happenstance girlfriend, like we might have like interaction with one another, but you don't know my tea. I genuinely feel like they started to know one another's tea from my limited research after the divorce from Cordell, Pat's timeline. Shamea was outside as well. She's coming fresh off of her run as being a Hawks, Falcons. She's hot. She's 38 hot. She's still got her contacts. She looks good. She's fitting fine. Everybody's looking up. These two become besties, in my humble opinion. Limited research based on the timeline and the convenience of being outside. I think I mentioned this to Elle yesterday. Yeah, we talked about it briefly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I personally feel that this could have potentially been a friendship that origined off of convenience, not necessarily off of like a value add or like character consideration of like, are you going to make me a better woman? Am I going to make you a better woman? Are we going to be able to work, be friends for like the next 50 years? It was very much, girl, you outside? Because I'm outside and you look fine and I look fine and we gonna body these you know what I'm saying? Like there was an agenda that was very
Yeah.
surface
And
level.
the other
But
thing
this
let's be
is
clear about, the other thing let's be clear about too is so they knew each other back in the day. They grew up together, right? So their families knew each other. To your point, they weren't besties or good friends. They went to high school together. They weren't in the same crew, right? But they knew each other well. So let's just clarify there. They linked up, to your point, as besties and good friends. So this is almost like hey, I know you, girl, and we come back together as an adults and we kicking it in our 20s in this city, right? So okay.
and I think that was important for the show, in the context of the show, because if you can recall then, Portia was the young girl on the show. So it was one of the younger
Agreed.
cast
Agreed.
members.
We talked about this
She's
yesterday.
got this divorce. And before
Agreed.
that, she was, Cordell, Christian woman. No, I don't go outside. She
Pause
was so
there, Candace.
shy.
Not only was she a Christian woman, there's video footage of her in the pulpit condemning gays, lesbians.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Was
Your girl
We're not
Porsha
hiding.
is a bird,
We're not hiding
was
from any of that. We're not hiding from any of
but
that.
I want you to
Did
pull the
it and
receipt.
said it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not denying it. I'm not denying it.
Yeah.
But for the show, Shamea comes on as that friend of, because we need someone to play off of Portia now being the younger one She's outside now because she's divorced. Okay, you need to bring, because you still had Nene, you had Sheree, you had all these older women who, again, at that time, I mean, times have changed now, but they weren't outside. So that is where you get, I do believe, Shamea coming on as a genuine friend. They had grown up together. So this is my ATL girl. She she's in the limelight a little bit, at least ATL status. So yes, I think that was a very authentic ad. I don't think that was like put together for the show, but it made sense for the show because uh, Porsha was then the younger cast member. And so yes, we're going to get somebody from her real life that would also be would look good on TV. That's not afraid of the camera. Let me say that. Shamea was never afraid of the camera. She's got a big personality. Let's Shamea can be on the show. Absolutely. The other ladies were cool with her.
Yeah. The other thing to note too is, so just a little background that Shamea said on Carlos King's show. She was actually being tested for Housewives when she came on. She was, I think, engaged to her now husband at the time. So she was being tested for this show. So it worked out really well because her and Porsha knew each other. And then Shamea also was, a video girl, right? So she was like a video vixen. And then Shamea was in, little ATL movies as well, too. So she had like that background, in this space. And she was really looking for an opportunity to get into that arena as well, too.
I think it made sense. It made sense.
Mhm.
I think Portia wanted it. I don't think Portia was hating from the start.
And
I,
this is
I
where
don't believe that.
we need to possibly take a pause to interject separatist opinions. I genuinely feel Team Shamea, or whatever the team is. I'm actually Team Georgia, which is team all of this is whack. But to Shamea's larger argument, I genuinely believe that Porsha pulled her aside, girlfriend to girlfriend or fake friend to fake friend, however you want to phrase it, and was honest. A lot of cancers are very honest on the onset. They are liars. That's universal. And they're very honest when they want to get stuff off their chest. Like they'll do it. They'll be honest to a fault and then they're done. Then they're going to go in their whole lie mode. I do believe that Shamea and Porsha had a privatized conversation where Porsha said, "Hey girl, hey, this is mine. I don't want you over here in my sandbox. I would prefer if you stay wherever you are with your singing, dancing, African man, husband having, hawks. You keep thriving over in your lane, and respectfully, this is my lane. This is for me. I need something for me and I want it just for me, and I don't want you over here." With that said, I do believe at that moment, because I believe that Portia generally made that, had a conversation in that, vein. I personally think that Shamea said, "Hey girl, hey, I don't give a fuck." Well, that's what I would have said. I take that back. I don't believe Shamea was as definitive as that, which is, I don't care how you feel. I'm still going to go for this peach. That's a different move from telling your friend, "I respect how you feel. Thank you for sharing that with me. I'm going to take that to heart." When your friend tells you that, and friend is loose because a friend probably wouldn't tell you something like that. But if a girlfriend tells you that in your 40s, 50s, "I don't want you in my lane," you have a choice to either respect it or not. And if your choice is to not, to move forward with the Bravo team, sign contracts, and become a full-time peach holder, gaining the salary, the benefits, understand that the friendship that you thought you had prior to the contract signing, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because she came to you and told you, "I'm not here for you in my sandbox." And this is where Shamea's choice of movement and my observing as an audience member, it doesn't mesh. Because I'm a Taurus as well. If I'm gonna go forward and do what I want to do, in spite of what someone else told me, and I'm your friend and I'm loyal, I know that we're no longer friends. I'm not gonna operate like we're still friends. And where the disconnect for the audience and even in the Shamea getting people on board for even season 2 she still, in my opinion, tries to operate like these two are friends and that Porsha owes her something, that these women owe her something, that even the way that the production hyped her up in the first season, and we can go back and roll the footage to push it, position herself as, I'm the queen of Atlanta, I'm the glue. I know this person, that person, this person, that person. I put everyone together. You're doing that at the expense of your girlfriend who's been on the show for 10 years. You know what you're doing. And I wanted
I
her
don't
to
think that
stand on
I
that.
don't I don't think that
I
Shamea
wanted her
being
to
a
stand
house
on that.
I don't think Shamea being a housewife is something that's a slight against her friend. First off, you didn't invent housewife. I did also test. So I've been on the show for several years. It just meant my life is fabulous for real. Okay. Like, yeah, I'm supposed to be on here, ho. And I'm talented. And what we talking about? Why wouldn't I take this opportunity to be on one of the biggest shows on the planet? Stop. So you not my friend. So I don't even need to worry about you, ho. Period. If your friends feel that way. I don't know that what's the girl name? Porsha said that. But if she did do that, I mean, I'm not surprised. I've had people in my life say that, you got your thing over there. You don't need to be doing this. There are people who are possessive of what they have. You know what I'm saying? Cancers are very possessive. You know what I'm saying? So it's also what I'm taking from this conversation because I was just sitting back. So y'all team what? Because
We hadn't even gotten there yet, but sister, I'm team Shamea. And I don't even like Shamea like that. But
I
I've
feel
been ethered
bad
into
for
a
Shamea.
corner and I'm
I
team
feel
Shamea.
bad for Shamea. I
I'm
feel
team
bad for
Shamea.
Shamea.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel bad for her. I ain't gonna
Absolutely.
say I'm team Shamea because she's passive aggressive and she brought a lot of this shit on herself. But the way they are treating her and what they are allowing, the motherfucking wife is right there saying the bitch is lying, and nobody says anything. Like, Angela, you
No
on some
one.
bullshit.
Are we jumping there?
Nobody.
Are we jumping there? Are we
No,
I'm
jumping
just
no.
there?
saying. I'm
We
just
got to
saying.
pause.
We got to
I'm
pause.
just.
Okay,
I'm
we're
just
not there
saying.
yet. We're not
I'm
there
just
yet.
saying.
Okay.
What Shamea has endured, I just think it's not fair. I wanted to cry with
Overstood.
her.
And I agree, sister. We're chest bump.
So
Now
so
tell
I
me,
want to
Candace.
I agree a lot with what you said, Megan. I actually do believe Portia could have had that conversation, or she did. Girlfriend and girlfriend said, "Hey, girl, I'm kind of doing well at this housewives thing. This is my lane. Brought you in as a friend. We fricked and fracked it up. It was fun, and that's cool. But this is my thing." And I also probably think it was two different things, right? I think it was Portia like, well, I'm the big dog over here now. I'm becoming the big dog. This is my thing. I actually don't think the husband probably wasn't always on board anyway. So it's like,
Never.
even if you test it or not, your husband did not want you to do it either. So Shamia had two things kind of pulling at her as to why, again, whether she tested well or not, that she was not a full-time housewife. Now, I have also got to bring in another party. I believe Candy Burris also has to be brought into this mix. Now, I don't know when Shamia and Candy became friends. I don't know whether and they are close friends at this point. And I don't know whether if their friendship was since back in the day, like Portia
No,
and
it was through
is
Portia.
so it's through Portia. So, and I'm going to say through
But
the
they
show
became
being
closer. I would argue they
from the
became
show.
even closer.
And I do believe that. I
Show
do
or not.
believe. So
They're just close
Candy and
friends.
Shamia became closer friends during this time period. Again, cameras rolling or not, those two ladies became closer. And I don't know, let's just say Portia felt a way about that, maybe. Okay. So, and also, again, and this is kind of fast forward. Last night it's kept saying, you didn't want me on the show. You ain't never wanted me on the show, and this, and that. At a certain point, Sister Shamia, if Candy was your true ally, and actually I believe she is and was, Candy could have got you on that show years ago.
Candy tried. No, Candy tried. Candy
I
tried.
push
Okay,
back. I agree
okay.
with Georgia.
So
Even Andy.
so
I just
you
want to
guys
interject.
think
Wait. Even Andy said that on Bravo. Candy has always advocated for Shamea in the always,
and
and
okay,
that's
okay.
a Taurus thing. She's
So let me ask
always
this. Let me ask
said
this.
you got to look at
So
Shamea. Shamea's that girl.
Let her
Always.
finish. Let her finish.
so okay, and I will agree with that. Then why do we have to blame Portia that she isn't on the show, wasn't on the show, don't want her on the show? Because again, I kind of believe Candy has more power than Portia.
Well, I
I
don't think that's
do.
what it,
I
I don't
think
think that's
Candy
what
is
it
a
was.
big. They talk about Candy won Bravo of the Year last year, and she wasn't even on any shows.
Yeah.
Candy is a big dog when it comes to Bravo and Andy. Okay, so
She
if
did
you've
not
got
win
and
Bravo Celebrity of the Year. She
she
won
won
like
something. She won
Housewife. She
something.
won Icon like Vicky. Vicky was the first. Nene should have been
Okay,
the second, but Candy got the second. So she didn't have
and
to be
what's
on there.
okay? Oh, and again, I love Candy. Let me say this: I believe she is where she should be. I wish she was back. If she want her own show, y'all, I love Candy. I really do. Um, But again, Andy also said that Portia always wanted Shamea to be on the show as a full housewife as well. He said that in the reunion. They showed that clip on Sunday. Okay, so when we talk about receipts, so if we're going to believe the receipt that Candy has always wanted Shamea, we're going to believe the receipt from the same person, Andy, that Portia always wanted. So we got two ladies always wanting this woman on the show full time. Why does Portia get the blame and the heat for you didn't want me to be on the? It's all you hate and you hate. Why?
I don't
Why?
think
And so that's why I just don't want Portia. When I say team Portia, I don't believe that Portia deserves the heat and the blame for you was hating, you never wanted me here, and yada yada yada. Portia don't deserve that. Portia don't deserve it because I believe Portia, bird or not, is the type of girl. It's enough out here for everybody. I'm never gonna hate on
I
you.
don't believe
I'm
that.
never. If you can get a check from this, we both can get checks. Everybody on this screen can get a check when it comes to Portia because she gonna make sure she get hers, and she's never gonna like backhand and try to not let you get yours. I don't believe Portia's like that, bird or not.
Yeah. So I think okay. So I think several things can be true at the same time. So I honestly think that Portia didn't stop the show with Shamea being a full time housewife. This was all in Shamea's court. To your point, I think her husband was not in line with this, and that's what stopped the show with her being a full time housewife, right? Um, I personally do think that Portia probably had that conversation with Shamea, like girlfriend to girlfriend, like, hey girl, years ago. I'm not saying she had it recently. I'm saying it 10 years ago when they were testing Shamea, whatever. And that's what Shamea alluded to. Um, Girl, I really don't want you to be on here. Be a friend. You got all this stuff going. I'm trying to make this pop with housewives. And that's very different than 13 years later when you are the premier housewife, right? Then you may not, to your point, you may not care anymore because you're like, oh, I'm the premier housewife. I broke the internet with my marriage to my coworker's husband and I'm not going nowhere. So I think that like at that point, Portia felt good about her standing on the housewives that she didn't necessarily feel as threatened as probably 10 years ago, 10, 13 years ago when it was her and Shamea being the young girls on the show, right? Very different. Um, I also think that Shamea, and to your point with Candy, like I think Candy has always been an advocate of Shamea. Um, and it's really just a Shamea and her husband, it finally lined up that it worked out where probably her husband was like, all right, girl, I'm tired of you bugging me about this show, honey. Go ahead and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe at that point, her daughter was old enough, and I know they went through a lot with the younger daughter, right? So maybe the world lined up, right, for it to
Mhm.
work out for her to actually be on the show at this point. I don't think Porsha stopped her bag, but I do think though, and I'm gonna be really honest with you, that first last season, because Porsha was supposed to be set up to be the money girl because she'd married this rich African and it didn't work out. I
That's
do
right.
think that Shamea took that light. And I think Shamea was thinking, like, oh, well, since Porsha, you can't film, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. I'm gonna have your back, girl, and we can do it all with me, right? And anchor me around this. And when Porsha saw that cut and she saw that Shamea became the it girl at the beginning, Porsha was like, "Oh hell no, this bitch gotta go." That's what I think. Because last season was supposed to be set up for Porsha to be the anchor, and Porsha has not been able to carry that anchor role on this show. I mean, even Cynthia, and I'm not trying to be funny, but Cynthia's never been like anchor material on the show. Cynthia has shown up Porsha this season. I mean, Cynthia has been the ultimate big sis that Porsha should have been. Porsha cannot anchor this show. And I think Porsha feels some sort of way about it. And I'm going to leave it at that.
I think you're exactly right. And I think that this is segue perfectly into bringing us into this new season. It really started with Porsha not being able to deal with the fact that if you go all the way back to 2024, when Shamea was introduced into the show, the producers to Elle's point, I got 18 names for you, love. I love you so. It would never, it always entered with the entry was this woman is going to come in and anchor the show. The way that they cut it was brutal. If you go back and look at it now, to this moment, Shamea is sitting pretty, sipping her diamond encrusted sippy cup, talking about how she is the new, and this is her entry season. I'm going to be the new anchor of the show. I know all of everybody in Atlanta. Everybody in Atlanta loves me. I think she calls herself the glue of Atlanta.
She
And
did, but because of the way they set up the show, the two new girls was coming in through her, and she knew all the OGs. So of course, she the bridge. That's
and
not
I
far
totally
fetched.
would agree if I was a producer at that time to run it. What I would not have accounted for, because I don't like Porsha, and what probably another producer who had a better mindset would have accounted for to make better television, Porsha's going to be sitting somewhere being irritated as AF, with a rundown like that, with a package like that. Like, she's been on the show for over a decade. You think she's going to be okay with her new friend talking about I run things? And I feel like that's where, as the audience, we were kind of like dupified. We didn't even think about what production was doing to us. They were setting us up. They were setting everybody up, but the ladies played into it. And this is how we got into where we are right now. Porsha, in my humble opinion, carrying off the back of what Elle suggested a second ago, is still frustrated with the package that aired in 2024 when Porsha was introduced as the new lead of the Atlanta Housewives. They then, after that production aside, they did the whole pan into her beautiful home. That's the same season that Porsha was forbidden to film. Simon Gobadia told her, "You got to film at a Jimmy John's before you'll film at my house." And she was stuck trying to find anywhere, any place that she could to get her scenes amassed for the season. Meanwhile, Shamea is giving you insight into her multiple bedrooms, her mansions, I'm going to Van Cleef with my husband. It's probably a bit triggering if I was a Porsha, and I'm not a Cancer, and Portia's a Cancer, and a Porscha, and she's a Porscha. She was
Okay,
frustrated.
okay. So
And
this
that's
the
how we got
thing.
here.
Okay, so let me jump in, Megan. So guys, I just want to say it went rock gutter last on Sunday went rock gutter. Hell, we went to Hades and beyond to the center of the earth with Portia's tweet on Monday. Now, what does that say? Now, Candace, can you defend Shawty with her tweet on Monday? because
And
I feel
what was the tweet on Monday? What was the
Yeah,
tweet on
come
Monday?
on, Georgia, give us some context. You skipped
oh
over
between
Sunday. You skipped over Sunday to
no
jump into
Sunday. Okay,
Monday. I was
okay,
trying to give you a lead up. I tried.
okay,
I tried.
okay. Sunday was when Shamea unleashed the secret that nobody knew exactly what it was that she didn't say at the reunion last year. Um, she was like, "Why did you mention my mother, but you didn't mention what your mother did?" And she was like, "It's not about you said we was gonna keep our friendship us and keep our parents out of it." So Shamea told everybody at the table that Porsha's mother allegedly tried to sleep with her father.
Mm-hmm.
So after she says that, Porsha then says, "Oh, I know about that. I've heard about that. Your mother slept with your uncle, your dad's brother." So that was, oh, I mean, it was like I know y'all mouth was agape. We all was like, "What the fuck? What's going on?"
I had an audible what the fuck. I was like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
Like that
twice.
was
I did a whoa,
crazy.
whoa.
But and this okay, we're gonna come back. So that happens. We're gonna stay before I go to Monday. I want to say this about when that happens. When that happens, and Shamea says what she says, and Porsha says what she says. Why did everybody sit there in agreement with Porsha? Uh uh uh. Mm mm mm.
Oh, girl, you
I'm
skipping
like, what
around.
the
Not only did
fuck?
they sit and agree with her, no one ran after Shamea. I thought that was
Only
disgusting.
Kelly.
I thought that was
I
so
thought that was
disgusting.
I did too. That's what I'm saying. It's like I ain't even being funny. These ain't grown women because there is no way I will be party to that. There is no way. Now I understand that some people might feel like Shamea was trying to trigger Porsha, as Porsha said, by asking why. See, this is the thing that I don't think. Tell me if y'all notice this. Porsha talks about things to isolate Shamea.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all see what I'm saying?
Interesting. I hear you. I'm trying to think.
I
Trying to
would
think.
agree. Even the posts. So let's go backwards a little bit in the receipts I'm pulling. Shamea made a mention on the show to Cynthia that the reason Portia and I fell falling out, we're not going to be friends right now, or probably for a long time, is deeper than just what you all know. It's between our parents. And Cynthia says, "What happened?" And she's like, "I don't want to talk about it, but it's deep." Portia then took it upon herself, a bird, to say in detail on her Instagram, the reason they're not talking is because her mama stole the daycare from my mama, whatever the fart she
That was
said.
last season. Was this last season? You're
I don't
recapping
even
something?
care, but it was brought back up
It
this
was.
season.
It
But
was.
Okay.
It was
possibly,
during
correct
last
me,
season. Yeah.
lady.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
during last
But the
season.
post went
Yeah.
live, it went viral, it went blah blah blah, blah. And Shamea never responded. Like everyone just lapped up whatever Portia did as like, oh, that's just new tea. To Shamea's closeted point, who made no outward, I'm not gonna go on a blog and talk mess about Portia, what she said about my mom. That's awful. That is awful. Why would you say it about my
Is
mother?
it to say that your mother
Candace, it
purchased
is.
the
It is.
daycare?
Because if I'm talking about your mother in general tense and you're talking about my mother in detailed, all gloves are off. Because you're not gonna do that with me. Even I get insights, even thinking about that. I get insight. You're not. We're not talking about my mother. Not mine.
I think here's
Not
the thing
mine.
that I do think that Portia opened the gateway for it because honestly, I think Shamia kept it real and she was like, "Hey, these things, this is deeper than just me and Portia, right?" And left it at that. She didn't know. She didn't spill any tea, right? Portia saw that because we also saw the little shady comment that Miss Diane made towards Shamia when she was like, "Oh, watch the
Mm,
person who brings the bone." So
I remember
everybody
that. Yeah.
is trying to figure out, well, why is Miss Diane coming at Shamia like that? I thought that you guys, Shamia was like your second daughter. And then on top of that, um, when Portia came and said what Portia said, that's when the internet sleuths got to sleuthing and figuring out all of this background. And Shamea never addressed it at all. Porsha did. And that was kind
Shamea and her mom did a live, y'all. There's video of Shamea and her mother standing in the kitchen addressing this whole daycare thing. They addressed it.
after
Not
they
on the
talked about it
No,
though.
after.
afterwards though. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it
this
was
was
afterwards.
after
after
Yeah.
they
Porsha
brought
said
it up.
something.
They didn't
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
They
bring it
didn't bring
up
it up.
initially though.
They didn't
Yeah.
start it. No, they did not. No.
Yeah, they didn't
But
bring it up.
they addressed it in between the seasons. I just want
Correct.
to.
They did address it.
But
You're
that
right.
was key in the
But
conversation
she
that
didn't
happened on
say.
Sunday night because
Only thing
Porsha
she addressed
swore
though.
that she had all the batteries in her back because Shamea kept bringing. This is what frustrated me. All the ladies, all 7 of them, sheeple, had this energy with Shamea is such an anger or such a problem. She's been, proven to be such a problem, but none of them had any receipts. Where are the receipts?
That's the thing. She's an easy target because she
That
don't
part.
know how to respond properly, and she makes it bad for herself. Like she bring back shit wrong. That's the only
Mhm.
thing Shamia does wrong. She do not know how to. If I tell that whole something, she's the epitome of the what's that game that when you tell a secret to somebody,
Telephone. Yeah.
Telephone.
she the worst ever. Her shit cut off. She disconnected. She is not, you know what I'm saying? Like she is the worst. That is the only thing she's done. Real talk. She ain't did nothing really egregious to anybody ever, and especially not Porsha. And then for Porsha to, oh, this hurt me. I cried a little bit. For Porsha to forgive and intentionally make up with Kelly after you made that beef happen, all performative, to do that and talk like she's so evolved that she does this in her life, but she's not able to do it with the person she's known the longest at this table.
Totally
Stop.
agree, sis. Totally agree.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're
I
And for
agree.
acting.
no
You're
adult to say
acting.
nothing. For no adult to say anything like, well, Porsha, if you was able to get there with Kelly, why you and Shamea can't agree to let it go, make a new day? Because they real duck around here acting the way they both are acting. It's stupid. It's stupid.
Remember, Shamea did not bring how she felt to Portia, and that was part of Portia's main thing. If you my homegirl from way back when, middle school, our parents was close, whatever that relationship is now, you allegedly went to Angela. I got that tea from Angela, and I don't trust Angela with a lot of shit. But again, that's how it was presented on the show. How it was presented on the show is that Shamia, you feel a way about me and our relationship. You didn't bring it to me. You took it to Angela, who's also new on the show. And this is how I got to find out that my friend feel a way about me. If I'm Portland, nah, I ain't rock and rolling with that.
First of all,
I ain't
Let me tell
working
Angela's
you
with
a
something.
that.
On
liar.
some
Angela was
grown
even
woman.
proven to be a
Hold
liar
on.
the night before this episode was recorded. And this is why I can't rock with none of the ladies as far as them riding with Portia and they're all sheeple. Angela was called out to be a liar, not once, not twice, but 3 times. The third time, so much so before the dinner that they all had together. She couldn't even get her girlfriend on the phone, who was the husband or the wife or the whatever from the man with the green beard. Angela stays lying. And I say that with a grain of salt because I liked Angela last season. I really did. I really was rooting for her. And then when her lie with that Phaedra didn't manifest to be any type of realistic anything, I started having my suspicions. This season, she sustained all of them. She's a liar. I don't know why. I don't even know why she's here. Respectfully,
The thing about
I don't
Because
even
she
her
can
and
get it.
always
Angela,
she
She's
can
a
get caught up in
whole
stuff like this.
liar.
as
And before
grandmother,
y'all get into it, let me finish real quick. Angela is a pussy, a coward. I would never, in my big ass, grown ass age, let another woman that I don't know from a can of paint talk about how they're going to fuck my husband with me sitting upstairs. And now, in less than 3 months later, we're besties. Girl, please. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I want y'all to stop it right now. Stop playing in my face. Stop it. That's all
So
I got.
Angela played all of them, and Shamea is continuously getting played because Angela kicked this stuff up in the first place because she saw this weakness with Shamea and Portia. So she
ultimate
saw,
fan.
yeah, she saw that Porsha really is treating Shamea like y'all. I mean, like everybody's been saying, like a lapdog. I mean, because Shamea wants to be besties with Porsha so freaking bad. So she saw the weakness. She was the puppet master in this mess. And she's like, oh, yeah, Shamea, tell me what you really thought about what Porsha said. And then you got Porsha on camera. No, sorry, excuse me, Shamea on camera saying all this stuff about, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I am mad at Porsha. You see what I'm saying? And this is
But
what
she
kicks
never
off all
said
this
that though,
mess.
Elle. This is my whole thing. The girl never said anything. She never
That's true.
said
That
anything
is true.
against Porsha at
Yeah,
any time. She never brought her up. They were the ones that was trying to find things. If I tell
that's true.
you, Meagan, I was disappointed that you didn't come to my show. I was really disappointed. Like, man, I go to all her
Yeah,
singing and da 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 da, but she couldn't even make it to my show. I'm expressing my disappointment, not that I hate Porscha. You feel
right.
me?
That is
That's
true.
what they did.
That's a good
And then that
clarification.
dummy, that bird, that's taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, it ain't that deep, shout it. It ain't, and y'all making the fun not, y'all making the show not fun with this dumbass shit that y'all doing. It's not necessary. Y'all, I just don't see how y'all. I don't know. I just feel like Portia's manipulative. She's very,
You're right.
she
No,
she know exactly what she doing. Um, I'm not. I don't like I said, Shamia. Like she said, I talk too much. I say the wrong thing. She bring back the wrong bone. You know, you had chicken. She bring you back a fish scale. She don't know. She just, that's Shamia. But she ain't doing nothing to nobody.
yeah.
And
No, I
but
agree.
she
And
is
that's
she's
what I
not
agree
good
as
for
No, that's
reality.
a
well.
good point.
I
Thank
You
you.
said she
agree.
ain't good. You ain't. She
Yeah,
They
say
they
that's a good
can't
point.
even
Candace.
they can't even name it. They can't, and that's when I had to let off on my I don't like Shamea train because I just don't. But she's my Taran sister, and on paper she reads amazing. To any production's point, she reads amazing as a housewife. I just don't know why I can't rock with her. But to
She
your
she
larger
Listen to what
point,
doesn't
Candace just
Portia,
on
said, Megan. Listen to what Candace just
she's
said.
offended nobody though. She's done nothing. She's done nothing.
Go, Candace. You got to
But
go.
the
be
Go, Candace.
Portia's
the
lapdog.
girls of Atlanta are running circles around her.
Mhm.
Maybe she can play that role on the new one we just watched, Rhode Island. So she's a sweet girl. She reads well. I was impressed by her lovely estate. All of that was very cute. But I also you can't be the anchor because she don't have it like that based on everything that Georgia just said. So when you thought that you were gonna play that with Portia, again, bird or not, Portia knows how to do reality TV. Y'all, she know how to do it. Even this whole thing with bringing Mike on this season and bringing on, so Portia gonna give you a real fake story to talk about. And I think that's
Real
also
fake.
what pisses Portia off even last night, like you want to bring in Pilar, you want to bring in my daughter, which is some real stuff. And I'll touch on Dennis, I'll touch on my daughter. But I have presented you guys with what I want to talk about this season. I'm dating a woman now. I'm a lesbian. Yes, I know I had that video from 20 years ago. I know y'all gonna talk about that. Say I'm a liar, a hypocrite. We can talk about that on the show. I have presented what I'm willing to talk about on the reality TV. But the true tea about Pilar and Dennis and my mama, B, you bring that shit up and you triggering me. You're trying to get
You
her,
can't
you
say
won't,
that when you put them on camera. You can't say that. That's some bullshit. Get out for reality. Your mama get a check. Pilar get a check.
hey,
Dennis get a
hey,
check. Stop.
hey,
Now,
not this
get
season.
all up. It's up.
No,
It's up.
not this
It's
season.
up. And she wasn't saying
Well,
nothing bad. She
y'all
wasn't
want
saying nothing
Portia
bad about her.
to
Go ahead. You want Porsche to what?
I think people want Portia to be Portia that was on that boat that attacked Kenya. That y'all still see her as that person.
And kicked
And she
Cynthia and the Punani.
and
She
she
kicked
has
Cynthia.
evolved. She learned her lesson. She learned her lesson, y'all. She went to jail. She was off this for seasons. Portia was off for seasons. She has come back, and I'm running a different game now. So if you guys think that even in when the not, I guess a confessional Portia, well, maybe that was on Watch What Happens Live. Portia was not Portia. Phaedra was like, I'm glad she went on Hennessy because maybe true T Porsha or old school Porsha would have went across that table. That's what y'all wanted. You said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Oh, if my mother had sex with your daddy, that's my mama business. I don't care. I don't feel no way. Feel a way about what? She said, feel a way about what? I don't feel nothing about it. Next, and I'm not leaving. I'm not getting up. Shamea didn't get what she thought she was going to get. As the girls say, she didn't get the moment. She didn't get the moment that she thought she was going to get. Shamea left her. Shamea crying, walking out of there. And here come Kelly. Girl, y'all, Portia's different. She's playing the reality game at another level that Shamea cannot get with. She just can't.
No,
Now, she
I
may
do.
have the ammo to have, but she ain't doing it.
No, I
So,
agree. I
girl,
agree
bye.
with that. I do think. I think, and I listened to what Claudia had to say, right? And I do think that Porsha played this well, like as far on the show. Now, when she came, I'm with Georgia. When she came back with them little stupid, messages back, like, "Oh, I didn't know what happened, but let me tell you this tea about Shamea." I don't believe anything Porsha says because Porsha makes up whatever she wants to make up, and she wants to throw everybody's whole facts out. Womp womp womp. I don't believe anything she says. She just makes stuff up. Um, I want to see Shamea come. She needs to go to the school. This is what I told Meagan. She needs to go to the school of Nene Leakes, Claudia, and Kenya and spend some time with them. And I want to see Shamea in her villain, big girl, Sutton era because she's got the money. She should come to these heifers. If I was Shamea next season, I would one up Porsha every chance I got. So Porsha does a party. I'm doing 20 times better. Porsha does a trip to Edinburgh. Oh, yeah, ladies, I'm flying y'all to Tahiti next. Like, I want to see her lean into her fabulousness and do it in a nice, nasty way since she's such a, the nice girl. Play the nice girl. But you need to get in your villain era and get with Porsha. She should have sat at that table and sat in it. And that's where I was disappointed with Shamea. She ran crying. If you want to be a big girl and you want to come out here and you want to say certain stuff, sit in it. She should have
She's
looked.
in her
She
she's in
should have
her
grabbed
victim
her
era.
wine and looked at Porsha and be like, "Yeah, bitch, your mama was trying to holler at my daddy." And no, which uncle are you talking about? Did you just make that up, Porsha? You don't even know my uncle's name.
That's
That's what she should
exactly
have
how that
done.
should have been played. I
Yeah.
completely agree. And I thought that this was going to be Shamea's villain episode as well. Pat, we talked about this. Elle, we talked about this. I don't understand how she has all the material. And it's the Taran and me. We are loyal to a fault, but I don't know like I've never seen this. And of all the Tarines on the Bravo universe with the lack of stand up that Shamea has. So maybe I'm in the dark or we all are in the dark. Maybe Porsha has something over her. Like I still don't know. It's just like I don't
That's the
know.
whole point. Porsha put out that tweet saying that she's fucking the pastor, her
I hear
manager,
that. But
and
wait, but
Oh.
wait, Georgia. Porsha does a
Mm.
lot of that all the time. To what Veronica was saying earlier, even in this season alone, she throws out that shit about Kelly, and even Kelly rebuttal with, "Who? Who are you talking about? Like, what? Why would you say that with no name, no timeline, no reason? Who are you talking about?" And when I first watched the episode, I laughed like Porsha, I mean, not Porsha, like Phaedra did, which was like, I would have said absolutely not. But then I watched it again and I was like, if I know that I'm arguing with the pathological liar, who you talking about, girl? Who? You know me, you know my family. You have no names. You're just lying. You're a liar. That's what you do. You lie, lie, lie. And I feel like that's what we were exposed to. And it would have stuck if Shamea stood on business to Elle's larger point. Shamea makes these grandiose statements about your mama. She's a hoe. You come from a slithering ass, snake ass timeline. And then the second this woman says, I don't want to be friends with you, you start to cry.
It's
sister.
not
really,
that, y'all. That's not that she's being isolated and
I
she's being
understand the
targeted.
isolation, but
That's
Georgia,
what
I push back.
Portia.
You knew
Nobody's
you
going
were
to be Portia's
isolated
friend.
before you
But
walked into the restaurant. So here's my thing before and I'm gonna let you have the floor. I feel Shamea should have done her 3 shots of tequila. Get your big girl panty drawers on because you already knew these hoes aren't messing with you. Angela said you were fucking this nigga named George with a green beard the night before, and you're married. Like, you know they're not your friends. These are not your friends. If you thought they were, hello, they're not. So I would have taken 3 shots of tequila, put my big girl, Nordstrom panties on. Maybe I don't know what they are, but they're sexy and they're big and they're sexy and fabulous. And when I walked in there, I would have ethered all of them. Everybody except for Kelly. And I know who I am because I'm working through who I need to be a love warrior. I'm growing through some things. I would have ethered every single one of those ladies at that table. Then I would have turned to the camera and said, if you want to do something sexy, come with me. Cause I got it. I got the wallet. I got the time. I got the energy. Kelly, get your stuff. We're gonna go on a whole new trip. And I would
that's
have
not her
made a whole
personality. That's not her. She's
another
not that girl. She's
franchise.
not that
And
girl.
that's what frustrates, I think, a lot of people about about Shamea, because she has all of the substance, all of the material to
Does
do
she?
her
Does
walk off.
she?
She could be
Does
that
she?
girl if she wanted
Can she?
to. Absolutely
Can
she
Doesn't
could.
know
can
how
she
to
with
do
the
it.
with
Absolutely.
her Grenadian rum that she's trying to get started?
She don't know how to be that girl.
She's not
And
that
it's
it,
not.
girl.
She's a
yeah,
Her,
wonderful person. She's
her
she
accomplished
is.
and
husband
She's
ain't
too
going for
nice.
that. She
Yeah,
don't
but
have
she's too
she
nice.
unlimited access. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, she's too nice. She's too nice. I mean, and Cynthia was this person too, right? But Cynthia figured out how to make this work on this show. And Shamea's got to figure that out. And like I said, Shamea, because you notice Cynthia started getting some balls, right, for people, right? At a certain point. Shamea's got to do the same thing. She's got to get some balls. Because you remember how Cynthia stood up to Porsha, how she stood up to Nene at one point. Remember? She kind of low key stood up a little bit to Kenya. Like she,
got destroyed by Kenya with that ultimate girls trip,
she
ultimate
did get destroyed
friend
by Kenya
betrayal.
because she was being a pick me too, just like Shamea.
That
But
people pleasing will come to bite you in the
yeah,
behind. And the
yeah,
gag is, a lot of women feel like, you've reached a certain age and it still doesn't impact you, yet you're still mimicking or replicating those same people pleasing behaviors, which don't
yeah.
serve you. And it's very difficult as you watch it, even on reality TV. They can't stop. You can't turn it off. You want to be a friend to everybody. And we know in our big age, you're a friend to nobody if you're a friend to everybody. How are you a friend to everybody? Sister, please, relax.
And really, you know what? I think we see that in other areas of Shamia's life. I mean, I've said this, maybe a little people pleasing, even with her husband about this son. I think he all right with the 2 daughters,
You
but
did say that. You
he
did say
Said
wants
that.
a,
that.
he
Said
wants a son. I
that.
gotta give him a son, and it's okay, okay. And again, sure, well, does he want a son? Sure, but I don't think that he is on her like she has said or maybe portrays. So Shamia maybe just has it honest, as they say, when it comes to that people pleasing. And you're right, it is going to bite her in the ass. She cares too much about Portia and this relationship. Before she even went to dinner, she on the phone with her mama. Mama, she made up with everybody else except for me. I just don't understand it. Girl, what's wrong with your mama in Scotland talking about that bullshit?
Yeah.
Because that's
You
very
should you
isolated across the world with a group of people and everybody else is getting along, having moments without you. That
Yeah.
is a horrible
I would
feeling.
I would have been focused on that lie that Angela brought to the table, because you're right. Even the lady that Angela talked to said that that was a damn lie. So
Yes.
you could have very easily
And
you should have been
everybody went
on the phone
along.
with your husband. Hey, this child over here talking about that I'm cheating and yada yada yada. Hey, husband, let's flex on these hoes. You should have been on the phone with your husband. I would have disproven that. I would have flown home, girl.
Nothing. The disapproval was that she was lying. I'm just saying, I don't know.
And
I
really,
just
Portia
think
and
about her
Phaedra
mind state.
could
It's a
have
mind
done
state
that.
thing. This is my thing. I just think that what they did to her, That's why big ups to K Michelle for saying something. I was like, damn, y'all sitting at that table with this stupid ass bird, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing
Wait,
about
interaction. Who said anything? In my notes, no one said a
K
word.
Michelle.
No
Yes,
one said a
Hey
word.
Michelle. Hey
said,
Michelle did. Hey
K
Michelle.
Michelle said she is devastated. She is
Yeah,
devastated. Something has happened in the past month and a half, and every dinner, everybody's coming at her. Like she said it.
she
She
did.
said it. So
Sure
it's
did.
like, but you didn't say it in the moment or to defend her and stop it or like or defend where she was right. When she showed y'all that text from the wife, and y'all all saw it, those who were her friends, that would be Kelly, I think Pinky was in that room, and maybe K Michelle. When it was brought up again, y'all should have shut Angela down too. Like, well, the wife said that it's not that she never said that. And he's like, I didn't say the wife said that. I said that. That's a slick lie. You know
True.
you would
True.
you know what you alluded to. You know what you was doing. And even if you to say it, period. Like I I thought that was wrong, especially by Angela being the wife of a celebrity, an NBA basketball player that come across rumors and bullshit all the time. For you not to have any consideration of that, just to be saying shit. Well, he said he had to give her money because she was fine. That means she's so pretty. I ain't had no problem with giving her some money for her charity. Stop with the cap, ho. You full of shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, like nobody is straightening these. Throw them all in the trash. Like I said in the text.
Sister, I
That makes me
agree.
mad.
Because I feel like if my girl Kenya was on this show, I feel like if my girl Claudia was on this show, somebody would have stood on something in the middle of it. Like and that's what they're
Only
missing.
Candy.
That's what this
They
cast
wouldn't
is
have.
ultimately missing.
No, they wouldn't
No
have.
one wants to stand
Yeah,
up to Porsha and the bullying that's happening, right? It just keeps
they were the
happening every
biggest
other
bullies.
episode. But there needs to be someone who is like outside of Kelly, because I think Kelly does a very good job when she's activated and not drunk, right? Because she's the only one that stands up to Porsha. That's why I love me some Kelly. Kelly's like, I know you're not. I know you're not. I know you're not. I'm drunk and I'm little, but I know you're not. That's the only one. It can't be one person against Porsha, the big dog. Porsha needs an antagonist. That's why Kenya worked. That's
But
why
Kenya wouldn't
Nene
have stood
worked.
up. Kenya wouldn't have stood up for Shamea. It would
I
have.
don't know that I agree with that.
She
I
wouldn't
feel
have. It
like
would have
Kenya
been.
would have stood up for right. And to what we've
No,
seen
she
over the
wouldn't have.
last
She never stands up for
5
right.
episodes, this is not right. This is not right.
No,
There's
Kenya would have been
nothing.
on
It's not right.
Shamea. I mean, seriously, like that wouldn't even been on her personality. The only person on that show that would sit up for Shamea would have been Candy,
Candy.
maybe Nene. That's it. None of them halfers would have stood up for for Shamea. Because Kenya didn't even
And
get along with Shamea.
I don't think it's anything more than getting along with Shamea. It's more so than and even Kenya has said this in an offline interview. It's more so right is right, wrong is wrong. I know Porsha because she's been my coworker for 10 years and she's a liar. Like, I know she doesn't want Shamea to be on this show. The fuck? Like, why are we going into playing into this, placating a storyline that is never ever, it was never true. She never wanted you on this show. She doesn't like you. And I've got 4 different instances on this season alone where she's not writing for you. Not to mention, I was on the season where she was telling everybody that you were having sex with Candy and Todd. I was there. So I feel like Kenya would have been, I love me some Kenya, so I know I'm in the minority. I believe, in my ignorant opinion, Kenya would have been the one of the few to stand up and be like, not even on a side of favoritism, just on this is just not accurate. This is not accurate. This is not right. This is not fair. And we're
When
not
did
doing
Kenya
this.
ever do
We're
that?
not doing it.
You
Respectfully,
gotta
you
think.
laugh. Kenya did.
When did Kenya ever do that though? When did Kenya ever stand up for anybody and do anything?
Claudia, what? Kenya and Claudia were besties. I love Kenya. You're not gonna do that about my girl Kenya. Not this episode. We could do another episode, but not this episode.
I'm like, when did Kenya ever do that?
Girl, please. Even Candy loves Kenya. Like, what are we talking about? Even
it's
Candy
not
loves
about
Kenya.
liking her. To Elle's
I'm not
point,
doing this with y'all. Y'all just don't
Kenya
like
does not
Kenya,
do
and
that.
that's fine. But to
Kenya
act
would have
like
may
Kenya is
have
like a friend
been.
to nobody, that's Porsha. That's
I'm not saying
Portia's
that.
MO. Kenya is a friend to several. It's not just to everybody, but she is a friend.
But in that
Porsha
moment
is
at
a
that
friend to
table,
no one.
Kenya would have
Phaedra
kept
is a
her
friend
lips
to no
closed.
one.
Kenya wasn't sitting at that table.
I disagree. I
In her
totally disagree.
confessional, she may have said something. In her confessional, she may have had everything to say the right way. But sitting at the table in the moment and then stuff is going across from each other, Kenya wouldn't have said anything.
She would have done what K. Michelle did.
Afterwards, you think she would have said something afterwards?
Maybe
I do.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, she may have pulled a K. Michelle, but she wasn't going to defend that girl right then and there. No.
We can agree to disagree because I don't agree with that, but I maintain that that's the reason that this season is lacking its coup de grace. Like it could have gone down as one of the better seasons of all time, but because you don't have anyone standing up against the bullying, like the 8-on-1, the 6-on-1, it gets corny after a while. One, we're too old, and two, it's not accurate, and three, it's not good TV. It's just not.
And I think this now we're back to the cast conversation, right? And I think when you have old heads like a Cynthia, like a Portia, like her or not, you are right. You need someone else to go against old heads like that.
Yeah, the group
I I
think. You can't have
I
group think in 45, 55, 65. It's corny. Why are we
I
all
thought
thinking alike?
I thought we may have gotten that with K Michelle
Yeah.
because again, to me, K Michelle has experience in the reality space, doesn't
Mhm.
mind speaking her mind, quick witted. I thought we were going to get that with K Michelle. You're not going to get that with Kelly. You get a little bit, but no. And again, I it's not Shamea's personality to do it. But again, she's been around reality TV enough to do it. Hell, she's more experienced in reality TV than Kelly and Pinky. She's been around longer on the show. I know Pinky's been producing, but so again, Shamea, like you not new girl. So again, maybe you could have had the gumption, the riz to go against again your old friend, but you didn't. You fell flat on Sunday, quite honestly. Um, and I think the cast needs that. You don't get it from Drew. Drew has been on how many seasons? You don't get that energy from Drew. So who plays against Portia?
The gag is they're all wanting to be sheeple for Porsha. And I don't think anybody, it's just the quiet part nobody wants to say out loud. The
Why?
reason that no one wants to go against her is because everyone wants to be on her side. I feel like it's very high school mean girl. She's the one in charge. They'd rather all be on her good side than on her bad side. Even Angela, because I will always reference, you could never tell me, or I have it on camera where you say, I'm going to fuck your husband. And we're going to be besties after that. Like, what?
But she never stops calling Portia a hoe the whole time. In her
That makes it even
confessional,
worse.
she never
So,
stops. No, she just said, I'm gonna keep it peace. I'm gonna keep it moving.
peace pipe,
And
crack
she
pipe,
did.
we're not
Portia
friends.
ain't been tried.
So, we're not girlfriends. We're
I,
not. We could keep it cute we not even cute. We can keep it cordial because I now know how negative and low down you are. You're on camera talking about you would try to destroy what I have built. So, we're not friends. And I'm never going to be on your side season after season trying to ether another woman because I know how who you are. I've already seen your character. And that's what I feel is so shocking about Porsha. Porsha reveals who she is every single season post the divorce from Cordell. And none of these women in an unmask raise their hands and are like, this is too gross for me. I don't want to be bothered. Everybody instead was like, oh, I want to be associated. I want to I want to be down too. It's weird. It's giving weird.
It's giving mean girl immature. That's what it's giving. We're
yeah,
gonna pile up on one.
I think it's giving Mean Girl, but to be really honest with you, if I think about it from the different ladies' perspectives, right? So I think the point in time when people probably should have stood for Shamea was in that Angela back and forth when it was obvious Angela was lying. Somebody should have just said, "Hey, girl, like you're lying." You know what I mean? So it was a pile on from that moment because to truth be told, what I will say, that Candace pointed out was Porsha actually did handle that fairly well. She lied. That's what Porsha does. But Porsha wasn't coming across the table and acting a fool right in that moment. So I could see people being kind of like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And not necessarily coming in at that moment. Do I think that probably a K Michelle, because K Michelle has developed a relationship with Shamea, should she have probably followed Kelly to check on Shamea? Absolutely. But a lot of the other ladies, I mean, let's keep it real. Drew and Shamea were going back and forth on behalf of Porsha, right? Same with Angela, so she wasn't going to look after her. You know, Shamea, I mean, not trying to be funny, but you know, Cynthia probably should have.
Flip flop. The flip flopping ass
But
pan. I'm gonna
she's
start
a flip
calling her
flopper.
pancake.
Say
I'm gonna
that
Exactly.
call
again.
She's a flip
And so,
flopper.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, ladies, but I can in this moment. I not can, but it's so rude. I apologize.
Mhm.
Think about how all of the seasons before were Shamea. So many housewives have called Cynthia a flip flopper. We were
Yeah.
all rooting for Cynthia this season until this last episode. Because how are you at your big age gonna sit at the end of the table and co-sign on some mean girl foolery? That's all I got.
I mean,
Because
she's a
they
flip
thought
flopper.
Shamea took it too far. Remember in the confessional, Cynthia's like, well, we thought everything was gonna be cool. Shamea had told Portia and I mean Phaedra and I that I just want to have a good time. And she comes into this to the table with one in the chamber. But this was not the place to let it go. That was Cynthia's point. So you came to my dinner. This my trip, me and Phaedra's trip, and you came in here. And again, the risk is you're starting some shit at this table with Portia, Hennessy drinking. I'll put something in your face, put my hands on you, Portia. Shamea, you were in the wrong. Moms and kids are off limits.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you the other thing too, because this
moms
is
and
Things
kids
they
off.
say, yeah, they're quick to say that. They
yeah.
quick to say that, right? You know.
And I'm gonna tell
So
you
so
something.
she looks like she's in the so again in the moment to Elle's point, everybody's
Right.
even
And
Shamea,
I'm gonna tell you something.
they're flabbergasted.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something else too, because I feel like I experienced this in my personal life, right? Like oftentimes when you're someone who people view as the nice person and you pop off, people are so surprised that you popped off that they're like, whoa, because this is totally out of your character. And instead of viewing it to Georgia's point, where it's like, whoa, she popped off because this is really a pile on us, it's off the hook. No, they're looking at you like, oh, girl, you are out of character, honey. Because they're just not expecting that type of behavior from
Like an
you.
automatic dismissal.
That's right. Yep. And I
It's like
think
when
that's kind of how Cynthia took it to what Candace is saying. Yeah.
this is my thing. You know how somebody be like, they didn't have to do that. You didn't
Yep.
have to touch me. Like you could
Right.
pinch me and then I slap the shit out you. You like you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to touch me at all. You
Right.
could have kept to yourself. But I feel like Shamea and she been holding this. Now
Mhm.
think about it. She didn't say it at reunion. She didn't say it online. She never said it. And Portia was calm because she knew it was the truth. My mama did fuck everybody from 74 to 93. Miss Diane, sexy than a mug. Okay, it's 22-year-olds trying to knock down Miss Diane. Let's not play. That's a vixen if I ever seen one. What y'all talking about? Y'all want to be
Yes.
nice. Okay.
I'm crying. All accurate. All accurate. I just maintain, I'm going to close, we'll try to wrap us up with how are the ladies going to recover from this? We left with Shamea throwing it out there, big dog checks, trying to match Portia's energy with checks that she clearly couldn't cash because she ended up crying. Like, and this is where we all will differ at the close of this episode. I wanted Shamea personally to stand on that business and say, I think I mentioned this before in this episode. I've got more money than all of you hoes, like on some Sutton shit. Like, come with me. If you want to have a good time, come with me because I'll make it happen. If you want to stay with these brokies, you stay over here. And I feel like Shamea
Man,
has
I'm glad she didn't do that, Megan. That's lame and that's duck. I wish she would. I would never fight.
touche. And I feel like also a lot of things that a lot of other women do on this show is lame. But in my first knee-jerk reaction, if I was a Shamea, I definitely would have flexed on my wallet. And I would not have been crying in front of you ladies. I would not have been Shamea. I mean, Porsha, why don't you still want to be my friend? No, if I'm talking about your mother, or if I had that in the canon, I'm very well aware that we are never going to be friends again. And I'm going to stand on big business and keep going. And the gag is Shamea unleashed a cannon, then left crying, had to call her friend to come carry her out and meet her in the car to continue crying while the cameras rolled, only for her big dog ex friend bully Porsha to get on the interwebs and start unloading. Pew, 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 pew. Hey, this one man allegedly you had sex with, this another man you allegedly had sex with. Rude, rude, rude. But that's what girlfriends could potentially do that know your history. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you all know where the bones are buried and that's not your real friend, that's a risk you run with having her knowing your history. And I thought that was so distasteful and tacky, but this is where we are. It's now we're as the audience waiting on bait for the reunion, but these girls are having it out in real time on the interwebs. So where do we
Reunion.
go from here?
They done had the reunion. No, they're done. They're
That's
not.
what
Yeah,
I'm
they're
saying.
still,
But
they're
they're
still
still
That's
together.
going because respectfully, they're watching it play out in real time with the audience,
but they're
right?
done. They're so done though. Like when I say they're done, there's no way. And
You're
if
saying
Shamia,
Shamea and Porsche are done. That's your
yeah,
analysis. They're
if
done.
you want to be Shamia, I wouldn't. First off, you question my integrity as a person, period. Talking about I'm not gonna have my daughter. Bitch, shut your dumb ass up. We ain't nobody doing that kind of shit. But okay, cool. That's what you think. You isolate me and make it so that everybody, and not that she didn't do her own thing, but the way the conversations were, uh, they moved and things were done. I really think that Portia was like, oh yeah, I'm a talk around this hole. And that's what Shamea should do. Shamea, that's the big thing. She should, I don't give a damn. I would act like we the best of friends and keep it moving. I would not concern myself. I would be like engaged with the other people. I mean, me and Portia don't jive, but this is the wasted opportunity of her having and enjoying this experience. And for whatever reason, none of these dumbass bitches who are there with her are able to communicate that to her. They all stupid. Don't just put it on Portia. Okay? Portia might be in special ed, but them hoes is in remedial. Okay? Like I y'all muted.
No, I concur.
I'm just hollering.
I'm like I agree with like kind of what both of y'all said. Again, Shameen was hurt because Portia played her. And I think at that moment, she finally got Portia is not my friend. Like, I think this whole time, this girl has been hanging on to, well, Portia will come back and be my friend, and we'll be besties, and we'll hang out and go to Vegas together, and la, 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 la. And at that point, when she saw Portia try to take her bestie that she'd been talking about all season,
That's hurtful.
then
Agreed.
right. Then she turned around and said, I'm gonna do something to your child. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I know we got a little drama going, but do you really think that I'm about to hurt your child? Right? That's an attack on her character. And I think at that point, Shamea finally got it. And she said, damn, this girl don't like me. And that's when she let it out because she finally figured out this girl don't like you. But the reality is, we all saw it this whole time. That's what Angela was trying to lead up to. The bitch don't like you. She playing you. You a lapdog for somebody who don't like you, and you've ruined relationships being a lapdog for a girl that don't like you. Plain and simple. So boss up Shamea, this is how I feel about it. Boss up girl next season. I don't want you to quit because I don't want you to quit to give this girl the satisfaction because she wants
Yeah.
you on this show. So I don't want you to give her the satisfaction. She needs to boss up even if her husband don't want her to be on the show, you know what? He needs to smile it up since he said she could be on it. You know what I'm saying? Let her boss up. And I'm with you, Georgia. Every time Porsha is nasty, I talk to everybody else. And I'd be like, hey, do y'all want to come and hang out at the pool with me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shut that down, because end of the day, Porsha is a mean girl, and half of these folks don't even really roll with Porsha. I mean, Kay came on here and guns blazing for Porsha. She really did. It's just the audience started like tripping about her being guns blazing for Porsha, and I think that's why she calmed down. But the reality is, she wasn't checking for her. We know Angela don't like her. Angela, every time she turned around, Angela's saying something nasty about her whole facts. We know Kelly don't like her. And the reality is, even Drew don't like her. Drew just scared she gonna fight her. So I think
Porsha doesn't
that's
like
why
herself. We've seen her as to how she navigates over the last
yeah.
10 years.
So
Drop that pin.
honestly, the only ally Porsha really, really has on this show is Phaedra, and Phaedra is fake too. So and Cynthia, oh yeah,
Cynthia, who kicked her in the vagina on the boat.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
that's
Cynthia's
not her
such
real
a
friend
flip
either.
flopper.
Once you fight
Cynthia's
somebody
such a
out,
flip flopper. Yeah,
You
she
think
does
once
have.
the fight is over, they're besties?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
well, I take it back.
we
Yeah.
know there's a
Well, now they're
mutual
best friends. I
respect.
take it back. I take it back. I take it back.
That's
Yeah.
natural. I know this shit genuine. Them probably really. I feel her and Cynthia are more genuine friends than her and Phaedra.
Really? You think so? Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
because Phaedra,
respect.
I don't think Phaedra really likes her. Phaedra just.
Well, but her and Portia and Phaedra really went through it too. Y'all remember that
Yeah.
crying
Phaedra
in that
still calls her
reunion?
a hoe in production asides. That's not her real friend. That's not her real friend, Candace.
I mean,
Relax.
Shamea was her
But I
only
was
real
saying
friend.
they really separated behind that Candy stuff, and you told me that, Phaedra. And Phaedra was like, no, I didn't. Phaedra, remember that reunion? Portia was
Yeah.
done with her ass.
Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's
Porsha was
going
trying
on.
to save her job. Hey, Porsha was
and,
trying to save her job. That's why she threw Phaedra.
and again,
Say it
they
again,
both
Pat. She had a check to cash. She has a whole newborn to take care of.
they both stepped away from the show, and they're back now. Again, whether as reality show friends, real friends, or whatever, they are on the same side.
Definitely.
And so the other girls just got to get with it.
I feel like Phaedra's on everybody's side. I feel like she really ain't got no issue with nobody, period. And whatever issue she's had, she's rectified, had real conversations with them, separate away from the TV show, or maybe the TV show just didn't show it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Yes.
there'll be a lot of things that they don't show. Like she really, like she said the other night, she really wished they would have showed her introducing Apollo's son, because he's been so wonderful in an addition in her life with her boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's fine. And yeah, I wish they would have gave him a little bit more
Apollo
time.
makes some beautiful babies, doesn't he?
I know all those boys are good looking boys.
All of
Aren't
them are
they?
very attractive.
Yes, beautiful.
They look
So-
young and short kings, but you know, we love a short king, some of us.
Can't help they stop growing. You a trip. You don't discriminate against people because they short. Megan, I'm told you.
They like a short king down here.
They're full of surprises. They are amazing. I don't know what somebody possessing. I'm not gonna be like that. Like, why would I not be with you because you're shorter than me? That doesn't make sense. That's like me depending my worth on
Okay,
what you
lower your
are.
voice. You don't have to come for me. Just relax.
Somebody is somebody because I'm 5'10", so a lot of men are shorter than me. You know what I'm saying? So I would just be eliminating all kinds of options if I said, "Oh no, you got to be 6'5", and I get tired of this. Your head, my neck hurt. I don't like.
I love a tall man.
Y'all
All right.
used to that.
All right, ladies, final thoughts, because we've gone there. We went around and around. We didn't even need to pull all of our receipts like I thought we would have to. We did a very good job, I think. Final thoughts before we get to the last 2 episodes, I think, before our reunion. And I'm so excited we're doing this because we're going to see you all in less than 2 more weeks come back. We're going to repeat. We're going to have recurring conversations around our thoughts on reality TV. Not just Real Housewives of Atlanta, but more. I'm so thankful for y'all.
In the city, in the city, in the city.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, Georgia, final thoughts. We'll go down and then we'll go to the left. This is my
Uh,
left, which would be
I,
Candace, and then Elle will close this out. Final thoughts on the status of Real Housewives of Atlanta and how you're positioned, seated, poised, perched for the upcoming weeks.
um, great show. Sunday night. Hate the manipulation of Porsha, but I really appreciated the rawness of Shamea. I did. You know, she just like, I'm done. And I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. I hope K Michelle shows up at some point because she so-called has the first chair. So she must do something in these last 2 weeks that make everything pop off or something. So I'm excited to see these last. We only got 2 episodes left.
I think it's two. We'll talk offline, ladies. I would love to do something for the reunion for the four of us, like maybe in one space. I will work through that, but I believe it's just only two more episodes at best. They've got to come back from Scotland, and there's going to be a season finale. But I genuinely believe after that is the reunion. So I'll make sure I'm correct before I post that.
All right, Candace.
Again, Sunday's episode was really good. It was one of the better ones. This is a good, season trip. We're seeing a lot of different things. And again, it's been a good season. It actually has been a good season. I actually do like all of the ladies. I would like to see them again. Um, Again, we were team, different ways. Again, I think all of the ladies need to do better. I do believe whatever happened between those ladies' mothers should be off of the show. And I do believe the friendship is over. But they both they could have done better, and I hope they do better. I hope they do better this time around. Just let it be dead, please. Let that be dead. All right, Ella.
All right, I'll close this out. No, I thought this was 10, 10, 10s across the board. I love this. Not, I mean, I just like the realness, right, of this moment. Yeah, and I'm glad that the ladies are bringing this, because there was a lot of unresolved stuff with Porsha and Shamea. So I'm glad we're seeing it now on the cameras. Um, I really am looking forward to this reunion because from what I heard, Shamea brought her receipts. So hopefully now Shamea is playing this thing right. I am interested in seeing like what Kay brings, but again, it just seems like she kind of tapered down, Loving, Pinky, keep it up. Can't wait to see them next season. I think next season this is really going to gel really well,
Yeah.
and these ladies will give us a beautiful show next season.
I absolutely agree with that last point, Pat. Elle, I think that this is actually coming to be a great coming together to show that it's a good cast. No matter what, they're really good. I don't know that I would pick or move anyone outside of Angela, which is a separate. We'll talk about that next time. We all can agree without even saying it, the mothers are off limits. This was a pretty nasty episode, but I think that this last week probably puts us in the proper trajectory for a good reunion. We're all going to be seated for this reunion because we all finally we've seen what Shamea and Porsha have allegedly held on their chest for almost a year. So we finally got it out. Maybe they have some more unleashed in the canon, but the juices and the berries were unleashed, and we saw how that played out. I wish Shamea stood on business. I'm not a Porsha fan, and I love that we all got to get our opinions out prior to the final two episodes and the reunion. I love you ladies so much for joining me tonight. I want you all to keep watching. We have so much to talk about on our next Real Reading Room recap because there's so many other reality shows, sidebar shows. This was definitely a Real Housewives of Atlanta focused episode, but our future episodes will not be so much so that.
We didn't do the episode because we didn't talk about them hoes throwing hammers and all kind of tree logs. That was funny. That was
You
great.
enjoyed that part?
because I also because I did it. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
I was
okay. So sidebar, George is flexing because she's lived in Scotland. Okay, got it. We gotta put that in our next episode,
Hey,
and we'll
Georgia.
lead you with opening with your Scotland experience because the ladies will still be in Scotland by the next time we have our recap. They'll still be there.
Hey, Georgia, I'm curious. Did you try the dish that they were talking about
well,
when
I've
you were in
had it.
Scotland?
I'm country, so I've had brain. Period. It's no different. They just fry it. But the big thing I used to eat over there is the fried Mars bar. That was my treat. But yeah, the food was disgusting. To me in Europe, the food is disgusting. But the
Yeah.
immigrants of every place have great restaurants, so that's why the food is good. Like I ate very well, but it wasn't traditional Scottish food
Like
that I.
organic to the country, yeah.
It was great Thai
Mhm.
food, great Italian food, great Jamaican food, great. It was everything else. There wasn't no
Great
great.
sushi.
Yeah, but
I
not the
ain't. I
traditional
had
Scottish food.
no,
Yeah.
not the traditional. That haggis. It wasn't that good. The way it was prepared for me, I didn't have it with that little chocolate thing that they had. I didn't have it like that. I had it like braised,
Okay.
like
Mhm.
not boiled, not fried. It was
Mm.
delicious as far as the flavor of it. Delicious, but it's not. I'm country though. My folk from the country, so I eat chitlins, brains, pig feet, hog maws, all the things. I've had it all. There from the rooter to the pigtail, pig ears, all of it.
Yuck.
I don't eat it
Alrighty.
too much.
All right. So
Time we'll talk about the nigger foods of the world. Yes, and not just in black world. Every culture
every
has those
culture. It's a
elements.
diaspora. We all eat that, okay? We have one more week. Get your thoughts together. We want to hear what you have to say in the comments. Let us have it. We're here for it. I forgot to mention one of our comments. We got to do this for our next reading room. Put this in your notes, ladies. One of our commentaries replied back with, "What if Porsha and Shamea are bumping skins?" And that's why all of this closeted frustration is. I see you, George. It was a real ask. I'm considering it. I want you all to put this in your pocket. We have one more episode to go. The ask was real. It was not even a joke ask, but maybe the two ladies are very frustrated because they are scorned lovers.
Can we address this now?
If you'd like, I was trying to rush you off.
I don't think so. I think it's I think honestly, Shamia is just a pick me, and she really wanted to be friends with Portia real bad. Like, I don't think it always has to be a romantic, you know what I mean, thing. With women, I mean, honestly, we all know like certain girls that are like, oh my gosh, I just want to be friends with this person, right? And we'll do anything to be friends with this person. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Single black female. I can see that.
Yeah, it is.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
You surprised?
That crew gets down how they get down. And if they don't, I think over the years there's just been so many rumors surrounding as poor as Phaedra did. Again, because that's the clip, right? That's the clip everybody wants to go back to now is Sheree and Phaedra. And is it Portia sitting at the
It's
table?
definitely Portia because it's indicative of her being a horrible friend. She says
Yeah.
nothing while Phaedra is over here talking about your friend is having sex with all your other. She's doing these physical movements about you having sex with your other friends, and that's your best friend. And if you don't believe that that's to be true, Portia does nothing to shut it down. She sips her
So
tea.
so again, and that was years ago. That was years ago. Portia and Phaedra were on the show then. So and Candy has admitted to getting down how she lived with she and her husband at the time. Candy does not deny that. So would it be too far-fetched to think that, hey, um, adults doing what adults do, everybody being consenting, hey, if that's the flavor they like to do after they've had a few tequila shots and we have threesomes and foursomes, I would not be surprised. All in the dungeon. Yes, maybe they did.
I agree, Candace. Actually, we can talk about this next episode. Didn't when I saw it, I wasn't my flappers weren't gasted. Whatever y'all say, whatever the kids say. And I was like, makes sense. She sure,
Yeah.
that would justify all this energy that these two ladies have. But honey, I don't play nothing past none of them. I
But
really
it's
don't. I really
one
don't.
way though. It's not
My final
two.
takeaway, if nobody cared, would be Shamea stand up. I'm a Taurus, you're a Taurus. There's several Tauruses across the Bravo universe, and respectfully, sister, you're making us all look bad. I have not seen this much loyalty to a fault in anyone. Not even Kim Zolciak. Sister, stand up. I want her to come to the reunion. My personal last thought, with your big girl drawers on, with your big wallet out, with your big one. I want you to leave like Jocelyn. I want you to leave like Natalie. I want them to give you your baddie's chain. I want you to ether every woman on the show. That's how I feel. With the exception of Kelly. Because I feel like you and Kelly are really girlfriends. I really do. But everybody else can get it.
They are not real
You don't think
girlfriends. They
so?
are not.
She's a
Hell
landlord.
no.
She's a landlord.
And that is why. As they said, Kelly left because Shamea was supposed to be paying for her meal. So she had to leave. I need somewhere to stay. Girl,
I
you
need
got a
someone to pay my
townhouse?
electric bill.
Girl, can I stay in your townhouse? Thank you, girl. Appreciate it.
Shamea is just too nice. That's what honestly, I think,
She's a really nice woman. I do. I think she's
yeah.
nice.
I
Too
mean,
nice, maybe.
It's too nice.
yeah. I'm with Porsha. I'm with Georgia Meek. This is a single white female situation. This girl is just it's very one way. Porsha don't give a damn about Shamea.
And I
And
think
it's
she
sad
does.
that she had to find out about that on reality TV instead of like in her
Yeah.
journal. Like you should have known that for there's so many examples of her not being your friend, sister. I feel bad
Exactly.
for you about that. I do.
What's crazy, and I just want to say this because we'll be here talking all night. What's crazy is Porsha has done Shamea wrong, and the only thing Shamea did with Porsha was not express to her how she felt completely, and I don't even think it was an issue with her until someone brought it up to her. So, and not being able to be like, you tripping, not able to stand up like you say, stand up. She's made. If I didn't do anything to you, and now you can forgive everybody who said you're a whore, Atlanta, you fucked all the Nigerians, tried to fight you. Everybody then came, Michelle, you set her up, and you are low down snake and all of this. The only thing I did, and I've known you the long, that's what I'm saying, that would be maddening. That would be mad, and that's manipulative. That's why I agree with you, Candace. She don't get up and hit nobody no more. But she's a manipulative motherfucker because she sat there knowing my mama a hoe. She sat there knowing all of the shit that don't went on. She sat there knowing, you know what I'm saying? And then she's gonna play the victim. She talks about the one thing, ho, your ex go over there. If he took his daughter, it wouldn't be shit you could say. What are we talking about? You think he gonna let something happen to his daughter? Like him and Gerald are friends. What are we talking about? Like it just, I'm sorry, I just had to say that. What's the term the kids use? Gaslighting? Like what is that? What's the term? Because whatever that term is, that's what she's doing to that girl, and it's making her go crazy. And
It
I mean,
is. I wanted Shamia to think because you know her. I wanted her to think smarter about her opponent. That's all. I'm in the minority. I wanted Shamia to just do better.
let's go, guys. We'll be
Yeah.
here.
Ladies, I love you to life. I thank you so much for your time. We've got 1 week and we're going to resume. So I want you to
Yeah.
get your receipts, your proofs, your timelines, get your watch lists ready. We're going to reconvene in 1.5. Yeah, it's like 1 week. And we'll be right back here in this same black time, same black station recording. And then we're going to put up on the ether webs for everyone to digest before the reunion. And if you have any questions or you want us to cover anything prior to the reunion or in the week of the reunion, let us know in the comments so we can knock that out for you, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else? Final thoughts, ladies?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Love
I
it.
always love y'all. This was a great 911 Real Housewives of Atlanta emergency chit chat. Thank you, Elle, for making sure that we got this recorded. And I can't wait to see you all next time. Be safe, love yourselves, love each other because you deserve. And don't be like the ones we see on reality TV. Love yourselves more than that. Smooches, queens. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
love y'all.
Great job.